Folks, I don't care what anyone says. President Trump once again mentions Oakland in a speech, basically talking about how he believes Oakland is messed up and it's an example of Democratic Party failure. In this case, he did it in this interview with sports commentator Jason Whitlock, who only got this interview because he supports President Trump, because the Trump White House press organization gives this kind of access only to conservative leaning media organizations. Watch this. Right? Watch this. But watch this.
Community is really gotten very good. I have great support now.
Well, we've seen Ice Cube work with you guys.
That's right.
50 Cent, another popular rappers, endorsed you.
I've heard
Kanye.
that. Yes.
Are we seeing a turn where people are starting to evaluate you on your record and policy and performance rather than personality?
I think so, and I think what else has happened is for 100 years, the Democrats have had the black vote. 100 years. I mean, it's been forever. And they look at Baltimore, look at Oakland.
See what I mean? He did it again. And Oakland has been this between Trump and Pence. They have made for reasons that on the surface go back to Oakland Mayor Libby Schaaf challenging Trump when he called for ICE raids in the early days of that awful immigration policy. And they just didn't seem to just not gotten over that she was so defiant. But beyond that, because Oakland is part of the San Francisco Bay Area, which is one of the largest media markets in the country and one of the most powerful sub-economies in the world, they have used Oakland again and again and again and again and again at a level that has caused me to call what they're doing into political question as part of an overarching strategy that they haven't completely revealed to us. But the last time he did this in a big way, the very next day, actually that night, the home of Mayor Schaaf was attacked, as you remember, by 30 so-called protesters that were never to this day caught in the middle of a time when there were racist act after racist act after racist act, from nooses around Lake Merritt to the emergence of a fellow who basically said, well, those were fitness equipment devices belonging to him, and he passed himself off as an Oakland resident when he really was not. And all through that, then they started, through the president here, a strategy of law and order where they send in federal troops for no reason, although they said there was a reason. And they sent them to San Francisco and to Oakland, but also with a mysterious rise in the number of rioters, which I contended happened because many of those people were actually part of a fake process. You can actually go to a company like Crowds on Demand and actually order up rioters today. So this is part of a huge billion-dollar strategy, and I say billion-dollar because they have a billion-dollar campaign war chest in mentioning Oakland. Want to get that in and keep you apprised of this constant habit. Subscribe to Zenny62 and bookmark oaklandnewsnow.com.